Okay, you guys, this story begins with me throwing an iPad across the room, not necessarily at Doug, just aggressively in that general direction, because I remember yelling at the top of my lungs, I don't want to use an Apple product to make this podcast. I just want to record it in Microsoft Teams. And then I cried. Fast forward 1 year, today I'm in an email battle with our podcast platform about echo reverb, audio engineering, and why I still think there has to be a solution that does not involve just wearing headphones. You guys, seriously, we wrote a song about it. So I'm still dramatic. I'm just significantly more informed. In our first year, we published 151 videos, including 43 full episodes, 108 shorts. We've shared more than 21 and a half hours of conversations, reached nearly 79,000 YouTube views, and our podcast has been streamed nearly 500 times. Apparently, if you make it past episode 21, you've already outlasted 99% of other podcasts. We had absolutely no idea. Honestly, we just wanted to make it to next Thursday. That's been our goal since the beginning. 1 year ago, Lisa and I sat on a call, we held our breath, and together we hit publish on our very first episode. Since then, we've launched not one, but two podcast brands across multiple social media platforms, created a website, and now we're even flirting with maybe starting a newsletter. We originally launched a podcast called Gold Star Whores. Today, it's called High Five Hot Mess. So, the best thing we built this year wasn't a podcast. For sure, it was a place. We built a place where people could show up exactly as they are and realize they aren't the only ones trying to figure it out. And it turns out we needed that just as much as anyone. So welcome to the party. Let's get into it.
High Five Hot Mess Podcast. It's gonna be okay. We're fine.
So Lisa,
Yeah, hi.
I'm so good, man. It's been a week, but I'm so happy to be here today. As I was building the anniversary episode for us and looking at our stats, 21 and a half hours of conversation. Do you remember any of it?
Not really. I mean, I honestly can't believe it was 21 hours, but we spend a lot of time talking. And
Yeah.
so when you're doing it and having fun, it
Yeah.
goes by really fast.
It does. And I was asking ChatGPT today, why would
Mhm.
anyone care? It's our anniversary. Feels very personal because it's a celebration. And it was
Yeah.
like, okay, look, for anybody who's looked back on their life and sees a pivot, this episode is for you
That
because
is true.
we are kind of the pivot queens, Lisa.
We actually are. We've seen quite a few in our lifetime,
Yeah.
haven't we?
Yes, we sure have. And I'm proud of everyone. Did it get a little sloppy? Sometimes. Did it get a little
Come
weepy?
on.
Sometimes.
I got super weepy through this process, by the way, and I thought I was like not a I didn't think the podcast could make me weepy when I was supposed to just be having fun talking to my friend.
Mm-hmm.
But wow, those waterworks
Yeah.
have come
And
out.
we're going to get into all those messy details because you guys, you got to see how the sausage is made to really appreciate what you actually get to see every week, right?
Oh, yeah.
So the name of our first podcast was Gold Star Whores. So
Correct.
if you guys don't know the origin story for that, it's a very simple thing. So I was talking to Lisa one day and I was like, Lisa, why do I continue to put myself in front of people to get acknowledgement for work I've done when I know I'm not going to get it? But it was like a compulsion. I can't help myself. I have to put myself out there. And Lisa, what did you tell me?
Well, it's because you're a gold star whore.
That's right. I'm a gold star whore. And you guys, the laughter that ensued, because one, she's absolutely right. I am a gold star whore. We both are. And then it
Yeah.
was we can't get around it. And you guys, that's why we named our podcast Gold Star Whores. And
Yeah.
it was really it was about, that external validation, right? That point
Yeah.
that Lisa and I, because Lisa and I have 30 years of friendship
Mm-hmm.
and we've worked together for a lot of that.
Mm-hmm.
right? And it was just kind of like we wanted a place where we could talk about our experiences, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
we had years and years of leadership experience and lots of, I mean, you guys, the stories. Like there are so many that we were like, let's write a book.
Yeah.
And then we were like, we tried to write a book and we weren't good at writing books.
We're not writers,
We're not writers.
but we're also not really, we weren't podcast hosts either. So we'd
Yeah.
never done that before, but we thought, hey, it might be easier just to talk about it.
Yeah.
So that's what we did. I mean,
Yeah.
constantly though, us chasing that approval, trying to
Mhm.
be the best at everything. I think that's something that we absolutely shared in common, and we have in
Mhm.
common, and we shared throughout
Yeah.
many years of our friendship and our careers. And so we thought it was a good idea.
Yeah. And we also like we felt like it was important to let people know maybe, and you guys, I'm not crying. I mean, I'm very emotional, I'm very happy today, but nothing says sexy like a 55-year-old lady that's 30 pounds overweight than a 55-year-old lady who's 30 pounds overweight with a blocked tear duct. So my left eye just constantly waters. I mean,
You and
back
your
off,
eyes.
boys. Back off, boys. Taken. Like, so, but back to Gold Star Horse. So we start this
Yeah.
podcast because we want to share our stories.
Yeah.
And we had a lot of hard lessons learned that we
Yeah.
thought we should share these and maybe other people can avoid the dumpster fires that became our lives at one point because of
Correct.
these experiences. And in talking about that, we really kind of moved away from talking about those gold star experiences and that leadership experience into just experiences. And
Correct.
it became more about like our friendship, and it became more about like why we reacted the way that we react, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then like one day we look up and we're like, hey, I don't think we're talking about like gold stars anymore. I think it's something totally different. And actually, Lisa and I, we had a lady summit, and
We did.
Lisa came to the table and did a why.
Yeah.
And Lisa was great. She was like, we can't talk about this forever. We need to figure out what we want to do, who we want to show up to the party, why we
Mhm.
want them to show up, why it should be us talking to them and not just any other two random ladies. And
Yeah.
it was really about connection.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't know, Lisa, what were your thoughts on that?
So, I mean, I think we had to kind of figure out why we were doing this because
Mm-hmm.
it was a lot of time investment. There
Mhm.
was a lot of ups and downs. There was some, definitely some like stressful moments.
Mm-hmm.
But we knew that it was important because we wanted to do this. And
Yeah.
so absolutely, I mean, I felt like something that we should talk through a little bit more would be like why are we doing it? Why should people show up every week? And how can we like add value to somebody's 45 minutes that they choose
Yeah.
to stream, right? Or
Yeah.
or listen. And again, we didn't want to be TED Talky. We didn't, we
Mhm.
didn't want to be preachy or anything. We really wanted to have people who could see themselves in some of these situations. And I think one of the biggest ahas was us kind of figuring out that we wanted the podcast to feel like how our friendship feels.
Mm-hmm.
Comfortable, easy,
Mhm.
we can pick up where we left off 20 years later, not have
Yeah.
seen each other at all. And
Yep.
that's what I think we were really striving for and hoping for as we transitioned into High Five Hot Mess.
Yeah. And I think that like one of the other big takeaways as we got into High Five Hot Mess was there is no cookie cutter solution.
No.
There's nothing that, and listen, I know you guys out there are going to be all like, nope, there's a right way or wrong way, and we're going to get this done. The end. And you guys, I'm here to tell you, it changes every week.
Mm-hmm.
Like every
Mhm.
week we have a different thing that we're going to do or say or what didn't work. So flexibility, long way to say being flexible was really
Yeah.
important. And then
Mhm.
understanding that Gold Star Horrors was all about, and you said this repeatedly, but I just wasn't hearing it until I was in the space to hear it. But you were
Okay.
like, this is who Gold Star Horrors is, who we used to be.
Yeah.
Like, it's not who we are right now. Like, neither one of us is in a leadership position.
Neither one of us is in that industry that we had all
Hmm.
those shared experiences in,
Yeah.
and we'd kind of walked away from that. And
Yep.
I think what had brought us together originally really wasn't why we were friends today, you know?
Correct.
And it honestly didn't track in how our lives are being led today at
Hmm.
all. So yeah, it started to just kind of feel inauthentic to
Yeah.
continue to speak to something that we weren't really the experts in anymore, right?
Right.
And again, we weren't trying to be the expert, but just we weren't continuously having those experiences.
Coming from a place of, hey, use my experiences to help you, to, hey, I have this weird thing on my body and I don't know what it is. Let's Google it together. It's a very
Hmm.
different podcast, right?
Very
And
different.
it's a lot less pressure and it's way more fun. And
Yeah.
and it's continuing to evolve. Okay. So the next thing is, why did we change our episode format? Even you guys, from the beginning of this podcast for High Five Hot Mess, Lisa and I wanted it to be fun. We wanted to talk
Yeah.
about stuff that we like talking about, because if we talk about it, you guys might want to listen. And it it was good for us and the three people that knew us that were listening to us. But we had a whole bunch of people, and I don't mean that. I mean, like, our first
And
episode,
like we totally thank them,
I
for
mean,
tuning in.
and we love them. And
Yeah.
they're here right now, forever. But we wanted to be able to say, hey, look, like, we know that there are more of you out there that are feeling the same way we are, that might just need a place to hang out every week. And maybe what we're talking about is too all over the place, or it doesn't relate to you. Or so we took it down again. Like, we changed the format again to make sure that we were
Mhm.
including everyone, and talking about things that really genuinely matter to us, but
Yeah.
also probably matter to you guys. And
Mhm.
that has been the reason that our topics have changed. And again, that flexibility, right? Like, so if you guys still don't like what we're talking about, let us know. Like, we'll do it. I mean, literally, like, we're up for it. Right?
Yeah, and I think, Lisa, it was that time that we spent around my birthday and we had gone for coffee
Yeah.
and we were together, and I was asking you all these questions I'm really interested in.
Hmm.
And what
Yeah.
podcast out there can answer these questions, And
Mhm.
so I think that kind of helped us, like, again, reformat once
Yep.
again, even within High Five Hot Mess. So it's going to
Yeah.
continue to evolve as
Yep.
we evolve and as we see things that are opportunities for ourselves and our listener.
So when I hit the lottery, we'll be doing it from the yacht. I mean,
I'm
anything's possible.
I'm in.
So the number one question that we get all the time that drives me crazy because I don't know how to answer it: what is your podcast about?
Yeah, what is High Five Hot Mess? What does that even mean?
Yeah.
I
So
mean,
what do you tell people when they ask you that?
well, it's on our YouTube channel, but this sums it up. Finding the high fives in a hot mess world. I
Yeah.
mean, I really honestly think that when we put everything together, that's what we set out to do. We wanted a positive podcast.
Yep.
We didn't want to be like riding on a rainbow. It wasn't about that, but it was more about like, hey, we can find high fives in any situation. And I think knowledge is power. And so that's why we kind of set out to like address it that way, because I'm sorry, nothing is perfect all the time.
Nope.
And I lately have been feeling like I've been finding a lot more hot messes. So, but I continuously remind myself to try to find the silver lining, that high five.
Well,
what about you? How do you explain it to people?
So I show them the link to I give them the 2D barcode to our YouTube channel.
Smart.
And then I'm like, just come and hang out with us. You'll find out. I mean, that's what I say now, but and I really mean that. Like, I'm always prepared. You want my Instagram? 2D barcode. You want YouTube? 2D barcode. Apple? Let me give it to you. because I think it's hard to explain. It's hard to put into terms that we were drowning in negativity
Yeah.
as like just both of us, both of our lives, and all the input we were getting from every direction was
Yeah.
negative. And when we started talking to like our circles,
Mm-hmm.
they were
Mm-hmm.
also having that. And so it
Mm-hmm.
was kind of like, okay, you guys, if we all just doom scroll 24/7, we're going to throw ourselves off a bridge. Like we've
Yeah.
got to like figure out a way to like focus on the positive, give the positive some space.
Yeah, I like
Right.
that. I like that.
And that's where that's kind of like where we're at right now with the podcast is we ask questions that we want to know the answer to.
Mm-hmm.
And then we do a little bit of outreach, or
Yep.
we just talk about our own uninformed opinions in Instagram and what it says. And that's the podcast in a nutshell. Like
Yeah.
I really want people to have a place to come every week that no matter what's going on in their life, they're going to come and check out for a minute and just hear whatever we're talking about,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that for me was really important. So from this first year, what is your favorite memory?
So I thought a lot about our wins and things that I'm really
Mhm.
proud of, and then some things that, definitely we could have done different, right? Like, I mean, we have
Yeah.
to learn from all of that.
Mm-hmm.
But my favorite memory, I think, is thinking that we could have started this on a Teams call. Like now knowing how much goes into it,
Yeah.
all the supplies. We were so naive. We were so cute.
Naive.
We were
Yeah.
so cute. We were
Adorable.
just like,
Yeah.
we just thought, you know what? We want to chitty chat together about lots of things. So let's just get on
Yeah.
Teams each week and then we'll just like post it. Like we'll
Yeah.
just, yeah. I thought that was super cute of us. And we should
Yeah.
have known better. But we didn't. We didn't even ask.
No,
didn't even
no,
ask.
girl. We just do.
No?
Like Lisa and I are so confident. We're like, we're gonna like we opened an LLC because we were like, we're gonna have merch, we're gonna have a website, we're gonna be wildly popular. How are we gonna handle all these sponsors? Like those are the problems that we were worried about at the beginning. Those are no longer problems. But
No longer problems.
they're not things we
That
talk
is
about
so
anymore.
funny. Hey, but hey, we're prepared. We're
Always
way more prepared. I think we swung the pendulum way too far because
we're
I think
always prepared. I'm crying laughing because Lisa and I have this thing when like the unexpected happens as we do this jump where we're like,
Yeah.
we're ready because we're ready for anything. But yeah, no, we don't talk about that.
no.
But I think my favorite memory from all of it is, I mean, if I have to pick one, my favorite
Yeah.
thing overall about doing the podcast is making you laugh. That is my favorite part.
You
is
have
the-
always made me laugh my
But
whole life.
man, I love making you laugh, especially in harder times, like
Yeah.
getting that laugh. So because of the one episode that you guys don't know this, but the Jordan Catalano episode, which was high vibes only. So high vibes only, Lisa gets, and she just got this horrible news just dumped all over her. And she shows up and she's like, I just can't make time for this right now. And I'm like, okay, like we'll figure it out. She's like, can we just take a minute? Can we just talk? Can we just talk this out? I'm like, sure. Like what's going on? And then it went from this very intense personal crisis situation
Yeah.
to me yelling about how I want to teach Jordan Catalano. I want to teach you to read. So if you want to know what that is, go back and watch High Fives. But that is my favorite episode
I love that.
from
I love
the
that.
first year, just because it could have gone so wrong.
So
but
long.
Jordan
I'm glad I didn't walk
Catalano-
away that day because we wouldn't have got that. I mean, come on. I never know what you're gonna say. I have no idea. Clearly.
Yep.
And you've just got him like right in your pocket, ready to go at all times.
So you guys, right now with the rules that we have, I write the episode, but I share the episode prep. So Lisa and I come up with the question together. We talk
Yeah.
about what's important to us around that question. We talk about what kind of things we want to know about that question, and then we show up. But I do an episode prep where I send Lisa
Yeah.
the outline and basically the spine of what we're going to talk about. But I save all my stuff so I can throw it at her live. It's a good time.
As you do.
So what do you think is the biggest
Uh,
thing that you could not have prepared yourself for? If someone had said, hey, you need to know this, you'd been like, tut, tut, that's for other people to worry about.
oh, well, I didn't realize how much time goes into like social media and all of that. I mean, I know that it's a hard job. I've watched other people do it, and I always said I would never do it. I don't want to do it, didn't want to be involved in it. And I found myself at the beginning being involved in
Yeah.
that. And it ate my lunch because I think we came from an industry that, and we're still kind of this way,
Yeah.
very in the moment, need validation in the moment, need numbers in the moment, need to know how successful you are, track your success. Social media shifted me back into that whole checking stats, like
Yep.
trying to figure out like different ways to do things. And I'm not a professional marketer, so
Yeah.
I had no idea what I was doing. So that would be the biggest surprise, that I think it's way harder than it looks. It's not just posting. I mean, to me, it was.
Yeah. Yeah.
What about you?
So I think the biggest surprise for me was all the crying
Oh,
that
yeah.
happened.
Yeah.
Like, no, listen. So you
Yeah.
guys, I'm not joking when I tell you that I have cried more over this podcast than I have over my marriage of 30 years. You guys, Lisa and I really put our heart into doing this podcast because it matters to us. Because the why matters to us. We want to create a community for places for people to go and feel seen and feel like not alone. Those are very important things for Lisa and myself.
Yeah.
I just didn't think that I was going to cry so much. How about you?
Well, I will tell you, I would have to agree that there's been a lot of tears. I mean, I remember one day, you'll remember this because I thought I've just ruined Christmas. Like, Lisa's going to be so mad at me. At the beginning, I was trying to do some of the back end work that you're doing right now.
You were doing all the back end work.
And it was very hard. It was
Yeah.
very hard. And I
Yeah.
wasn't good at it. I'm not a technical person. I was learning ground up. But you're doing it all right now.
I only have to take care of myself. It's very
Yeah, but
different. Don't even
still,
compare
it was
But yeah.
very, very hard. We were learning a new platform. We were learning all the things, trying to figure out how to make things easier. And we were spending so much time. I was investing so much time. And you know what that feels like.
Yeah.
And we had just gotten 3 episodes in the can. And so I was trying to get through and start editing episode 1, and then I was going to go through, but it takes a long, long time to edit, especially how we used to do it.
Yeah.
So I was doing that, and then all of a sudden, and like getting our clips ready, for social media, and I thought I had episode 1 like all done. I move on to episode 2, and all of a sudden they like all disappeared. And I didn't know. I had been working on them for hours and hours and hours, like literally at that point, like a couple days. And I think this was like a Sunday. Yeah, it was like Sunday morning, and I had just started to get back into it again. And I was like, all of our stuff is gone. It's just gone. Erased, didn't know where it went. It went into the void somewhere. I hit something, I touched something. And I just started crying so bad. I just walked right into my shower with my clothes on and just stood under the water, bawling my eyes out because I didn't know how I was going to tell you that 3 weeks of work was gone and I erased them.
Yeah.
Luckily, they weren't gone. They were just in another folder that I had no idea how to access. I had no idea what I was doing.
No, listen. So you guys, when I tell
it
you,
was real.
Lisa, you said earlier that we just started. So listen.
Yeah.
We did just start. Did we watch any videos? No, we did not.
Nope.
Did we read any guidance besides what was on the platform screen?
Nope.
Nope.
No.
And
No.
it's the thing that I remember this distinctly because Lisa calls me and she's like, "You're going to be really upset." I'm like, "What am I going to be upset about?" And you're like, "I've lost the episodes." And I just remember this like wave of calm. And I'm like, girl, I downloaded those. They're on my desktop. We will figure this out. And I just marched right upstairs and I'm like, here they are. I've got them. But where did they go? And then
Oh,
who did we call to come help us?
Doug.
Yes, we called Doug because Doug, like you guys, I must call his name 100 times a day. I called his name before this episode because my
You
headphones
sure
weren't
did.
working. And
couldn't
so
hear
we
me.
called him and Doug's like, calm down. We'll find it. It's right. I'm sure it's here. When I get upset, remember how I said earlier, I panic episode ago? Like I panic, but I'm
Yeah.
trying not to like show weakness for Lisa because I don't want
Because
her to be upset.
I was already dying.
Yeah. So long story short, if you're thinking about podcasting, make sure you watch the tutorials first. That's the lesson we learned on that.
Do your research, watch
do
the
your
tutorials,
research.
and know what the heck you're even doing. I just thought I could just
Yeah.
like click, 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 click,
Yeah.
click.
Okay, but look, I mean, we still put them out. Like
Yeah, we did.
It looked like it would give someone a seizure if they watched it today.
Okay. So I remember you were gonna edit one of them or something. I can't remember what it was.
Yeah.
And you like posted it, and then you called me frantic, like it was like I think you had gone in your car to listen to it.
Correct.
And you had just posted it, so it was like live, and it was just like jerking all around, and you're like,
And-
what do I do? What do I do? I'm like,
And we were having sidebar conversations that were supposed to be that we had edited out, but for some reason the episode
we were like, stop. Like, we'll just edit this out, and then just having these conversations, but they were in the actual episode. Oh my god.
So listen, you guys, we don't do that anymore. If you don't like it, you don't have to show up, but we don't spend this kind of time editing anymore. And our podcast platform has come a long way in editing. But I remember calling Lisa from the car, panic. Because I'm like, the wrong episode loaded, and I don't know what to do. And Lisa's like, it's okay. I'm just going to go delete it. It's
Delete it?
fine.
Yep.
We're going to find it.
Oh my
And then
god.
she calls me the next week and is like, Lisa, I'm like, what? She's like, this episode's got to be the wrong episode. It, like, we look like we're animatronic. Like, you can't even hear what we're saying because of all the skipping. It's terrible. And I'm like, but that, I don't, like, and you got, listen,
Oh,
when I tell
so
you
funny.
that they could have made a podcast about not podcasting with Lisa and Lisa, we would have been the stars because it was a damn hot mess. Like, let me tell you.
So bad.
But
Oh, so
I think
funny though.
it is funny.
Now when I look
And-
back, because it was so terrible.
Yeah.
Like, it was really bad, but hey, we were just doing our best.
But-
Mhm.
Who's your favorite guest?
Okay, so we just started doing guests with High
Mhm.
Five Hot Mess,
Mhm.
and I wasn't here for most of them, and I've gone
Mhm.
back and listened to all those episodes. I love them all. All of
Mhm.
our guests have been awesome, and everyone has brought something else, something new to the table. So that's really hard for me to decide.
I can't
because
pick a favorite.
there's no way I could pick a favorite because they all
Mm-mm.
brought something interesting and personal
Yeah.
to the pod. So
Yep.
I loved them all.
And I love them all too. And you guys, like, I cannot thank them enough. So I want to take a second to talk about thumbnails. I create all of our thumbnails using ChatGPT now because it once it has one that you like, it can recreate it over and over,
Mhm.
which is that's what you want. You want to create a brand in your thumbnails so it doesn't look like a different group every single time.
Yeah.
But today one of my comments was literally, can we not look so dried up? Like,
I mean, some of them are so bad. Like,
I love
I mean, I know I have wrinkles, but like, do we have to like enhance
Oh.
them on a thumbnail, which is going to just like, come on. And it's not about how we look, but I'm just saying.
So I posted one that I made with our AI agent that we
Uh-huh.
paid all that money for. And I don't know. I'm like, this is a scoring high, so we'll just use that one. And my nephew calls me and he's like, who is this? I'm like, it's me.
Who's on your podcast
It's me.
with the same color hair as you?
And he's like, Lisa, this looks like you're 60 years old and 100 pounds heavier. I'm like, well, AI
didn't even
not
have your same face shape or anything.
no, so just cut us some slack when you see that.
Yeah.
But I think that one of the positive takeaways is that we have both learned so much
Yeah.
about all the different things that are YouTube and Apple and the thumbnails and the show notes and the all those different things that I mean things that used to really cause us a lot of pain, I don't think cause us pain anymore. I think we're just like,
Except for Facebook.
listen, I'm banned for life on Facebook.
I can't get in. So, I mean, hey, we'll just never, I'm not going to say never is never, but like, honestly, that is the one thing we haven't been able to figure out.
I literally said to Doug, I'm like, when we make money on this and someone wants to come in and pay us, they will pay to get us on Facebook and figure it out. Like,
Yeah.
But everything that we have tried, we've been bested every single time. There is no easy solution here. You can't hire your way out of these problems. You've got to just sit and figure it out. Yeah. And you created the logo. The logo for High Five Hot Mess is a Lisa Smith original, and it's absolutely gorgeous. I love it. All right, so now we're going to get to the questions, which I just love.
Okay.
They're always my favorite. Okay, so who is most likely between the two of us to talk to a complete stranger about our podcast?
You.
100%.
100%.
If you see me in the wild, like look at me like the perfume lady at the mall, because I'm going to talk to you about my podcast. Like, it's going to happen. Who is most likely to make a complete stranger feel seen? You.
Me. Yeah.
100%. Who is most likely to get a phone call from family after an episode drops?
You.
You.
Well,
My family doesn't care at all about what I do in my spare time. But
well,
your
if I
family
say
calls
something,
you.
yeah, if I say something that is that upsets them, yeah. But you have a circle that talks a lot more about the podcast.
do.
I just get people who are upset. Yeah.
You're really good though. And I mean, I think so. And again, nobody knows all this, but Lisa's very sensitive about making sure she's respectful, making sure she doesn't use bad language, making sure that she's, honoring and respecting everyone. And I'm like, fuck off. This is what I want to say. So,
I mean, that's why we have to hit the explicit
every single time. This guy right here. Okay. So who is most likely to throw hands over the podcast?
You.
100%. I will fight you in the street.
Yep. Yep. Yes,
Come
you will.
prepared. Come prepared. Who is most likely to say, I trust you while technology is falling apart?
Me.
100%.
Yeah,
guys,
me.
Lisa's the best.
I do trust that we'll figure it out. And I trust that you will always make the right choice. Because you always do. So I trust you. I trust you explicitly.
And it means a lot to me. So thank you for doing that. I appreciate it. Who's most likely to spend 3 hours fixing something no one cares about?
Oh, well, you. I mean, I'm like, we can like, and I'm all about branding. I'm all about standards, but there's some things that it's like, I want you to have your life back. You can move on. You're like, no.
So one time, you guys, so we were told and we'll get into listener feedback in a second, but we were told by somebody that was watching our podcast that they felt like they were at work on a Teams call and they didn't like it. So my nephew was telling me that we're supposed to go back and forth. It's supposed to switch between speakers, and that's what YouTube looks for as well. And it pushes you, all this stuff. So Lisa and I are trying it, but like literally, you guys, when it would switch to me, it would show my house, the house behind me, the dog over there. It was like I could not get it to work.
It would white span, and like, I mean, we don't have a studio. This is set up somewhere in our homes. So
Correct.
There might be a mess right over there.
Yeah.
Or something going on over there.
Our first podcast, I'm like, what did you think? How did it go? Well, she's like, could you move the coffee pot that's in your background?
I think there was paper towels
and
too.
Paper towels. And this one is very easy. Who's most likely to use the F word during an episode? Me, 100%. So let's talk about, we both got the idea for our podcast because we both love podcasts, right? So Lisa, what is your favorite podcast? Who do you share episodes of your favorite podcast?
We'll see, it kind of changes. So I think I was super into dating detectives last year.
Yeah.
but I feel like I need more comedy in my life.
Yeah.
And I mean, there are some other podcasts that I really like, but right now, one that just makes me laugh every single time is the Giggly Squad. Think they're hilarious. I laugh every single time, so that is my
Hmm.
favorite. What's yours? What do
Our
you recommend?
podcast. I recommend our podcast to everybody I meet, and I always make sure I share an episode. But this is a good transition because part of having a podcast
Mm-hmm.
is the listening audience, right?
Yeah.
So one of the things I always want to talk about is like our best feedback that we have from
Mm-hmm.
our community. So we have three super fans that listen to every single episode. And so one of them said, I thought I was the only one. I love listening
Hmm.
to High Five Hot Mess because it really makes me feel like I'm not alone.
Oh, I love that.
These are all text messages because I think I'm going to have to pay people to give us comments in YouTube or Instagram.
That is,
I
hey,
mean,
I mean,
listen.
we've gotten some like trolly ones, but
So the trolls are the best because you want to come at me, you better come at me because I am like stone cold on the
yeah,
inside, unless it's
yeah.
about my podcast and then I will cry. But listener feedback, no. So I respond to the comments because we do care. We want to hear from you guys. And if you respond to us, if you're watching us on YouTube and you comment there, I'm like notified anywhere in the world that I'm at that we have a comment. Lisa calls me and she's like, I saw the comment. And I'm like, look, these two people were fighting over the fact that I had said something about, we're born on a planet where everything is free and now we have to pay for it. Right?
Yeah.
Like we figured out a way to make money on it or whatever. I had like three guys who got super worked up about that. And I'm like, oh, listen, what did I tell you about those comments? I was just so happy.
Hey, it's engagement. It doesn't
It's
really
engagement.
matter. They always say bad press is still press.
100%.
I just thought it was funny. It's like, why do you care?
I mean, look,
Why do you care to correct someone? But I guess, I mean,
I don't,
whatever.
and again, I was so excited about the engagement. That's all I cared about was that somebody
don't
out
care.
there is engaging. And then we got like, there's also I was not wearing my glasses. So today I was in, looking at our like annual stats for the show to get ready and how excited
Mhm.
we both are to make it to this milestone. And I had my glasses on,
Mhm.
which I don't always have them on when I'm looking at the YouTube comments. And I see that there was a comment from what I thought was Michelle, one of my friends, Michelle. And it was like, you look so pretty. You don't have to worry about anything. And I was like, thank you. That's so nice. XOXO, Lisa. Well, today I realized it was Michael. Some random dude out there.
XOXO, Michael.
And I'm throwing him hugs and kisses. And then there's another one that's like, you are so pretty. Thank you. Like,
Well, thank you.
I don't know which one of us they're talking about, Lisa. It could be either one. It could be either one.
I mean,
but, like those are the comments that we've had in YouTube. But the comments that like our friends send us in text messages, like I know Lisa, your family was really liking the Jordan Grummett episodes because they were kind of shedding some light on some things that they wanted answers on. And then my hairdresser, who I love, 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 has listened to every single episode and listened to the last season as well. She's one of the three. And she sent me a message from the hospital room when her husband had just had surgery. It was like, if I didn't have this podcast to listen to, I would have lost my mind. Like, you guys, that's what we're fucking talking about when we say connection is we don't want you guys to go through the shit by yourselves, right?
Yeah.
Like even if everything is great, like we want to hear about it. This is what we're here for, you as well as for ourselves. Even though after reviewing a couple of episodes from season 1, nobody talked but me because I didn't let anybody else say anything. So I'm trying to learn from that one as well. So when did you realize, Lisa, that you were like, we have a podcast? Has that moment happened for you yet?
I think it was when when we were together, um, back in May, I
Mhm.
think, well, it wasn't not necessarily May, but we were together last October, and
Mhm.
when we were kind of trying to like decide what really matters to us, I
Mhm.
think that was probably my moment of like, hey, this feels more authentic to me. This feels more us.
Yeah.
And this feels like something that we can build upon and we can learn from. And because it's not about being an expert in anything, it's about learning. We're
Mhm.
continuously learning every day. And I
Mhm.
just felt like this would give us an opportunity to do that together. And then
Yeah.
when we came back together just a couple months ago, I felt like we had yet another just breakthrough of like, hey, this feels right. This feels like a good direction, like a
That's
good
our
pivot.
that's our anchor. That was what I
Mm-hmm.
remember thinking, okay, this is the anchor that we're going to tie this podcast to,
Yeah.
because I felt like like I love talking to you. I talk to you all day long every
Yeah,
day,
me
but
too.
talking to you in this environment, sometimes I want to show up as our authentic selves, but I also want to make sure that we talk about the topic and that we don't, cuz Lisa and I do this. We start and then we woo.
Yep.
And then we start and
Yep.
woo. And so
Mm-hmm.
it's that's one of the
All the
things
time. And I
all the time.
appreciate you keeping us on track
Yeah.
because this podcast, this anniversary podcast, if you wouldn't have done that, we would right now be talking about my grocery order that I just picked up. I mean, honestly, that's what.
Way to bait the audience on groceries, Lisa. Now I want to hear about it.
No.
So from this last year, we've had lots of high fives. I mean,
I think
I'm
so.
so proud of us and the fact that we have, like we started out like we are pivot queens, and we
Mm-hmm.
are still pivot queens, and I'm so proud of us for remaining true to the anchor that we talked about, and also the positivity,
Yeah.
because it's real easy, you guys, when you're working with these different AI agents or even a human, like drama and chaos sells,
Mm-hmm.
so everything it was telling us was like, be crazy, everything's unhinged, like, and it's just like, we're not unhinged. Like,
No,
why
we're not.
stop saying that? So like, it really, like, I'm proud of us for staying true to what we wanted to talk about. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking of Marcy's episode, because Marcy and I really taught, like, she really made me feel better about stumbling along the way, and like nobody
Mm-hmm.
has all the answers and she's figuring it out too, and I considered her to be really successful, and
Mm-hmm.
she has her own brand that I absolutely love,
I
and
love my
I love,
candle. Love,
yeah.
love, love.
Did I tell you I ordered a dozen of those
Yeah,
candles?
you did. You
Woo!
did yesterday.
We're off the track. But so like I think, we've been friends for 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
We have lots of high fives from all of that. And
Mm-hmm.
we have had two podcasts.
Mm-hmm.
So that, I mean, we got that going for us. But out of all of those, all of the podcast episodes, what is your high five from the last year?
I think that we weren't afraid to start over. I think that that is something because we do, yeah, we do pivot whenever we need, but we pivoted fast. We were like, hey, this is kind of where we think we should take this. And we did it and we went like all
Mm-hmm.
in order to do that. Now, did we swing the pendulum a little bit, probably too far right at the get-go? Yeah, sure, we sure did. However, comma, we wouldn't have known if we wouldn't have tried. We just weren't afraid to
Correct.
try. And
Yeah.
so I think in a world where um I take very calculated risks in my personal life. And um, I think this podcast is just like, hey, let's just do it. Let's just figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
Let's jump in head first and figure it out. So that has been my biggest high five, is because it's given me a different level of confidence that maybe I didn't have before, to just try things. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And we're just going to move on. What about you?
Mine is confidence as well. Like, I have learned to do things that I never anticipated I would ever learn to do. I've met people doing this that we
Mm-hmm.
would have never met
So
normally.
true.
And I think that for me is my biggest high five is the confidence and then the people that we've met and along the way. And I
Mm-hmm.
look forward to the next year. I just think that it's awesome. But before we wrap up this session, we
Mm-hmm.
have to make sure that we thank our OGs. So there is a handful of
Yeah.
people that, and I'm going to name them because I can. It's our podcast. We can do whatever we want.
Mm-hmm.
But that we could not have done this without them. So the first is Rob. Rob,
Yeah.
and in Gold Star Horse, he was our North Star. Like we really needed him to help us and to
We
figure it
couldn't have
out.
gotten through.
No, Rob was, just
Mm-hmm.
amazing and so, so
Yeah, he
helpful.
was.
And then Doug.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
Doug has
Thank you, Doug.
been all in on helping us with this podcast and making sure that we have what we need, but also like
Mm-hmm.
he's really like a big fan of the show, and he's really like he likes all our posts, he shares everything, he writes comments and everything.
Oh,
Like
Doug.
he really believes in this and he thinks that this
Mm-hmm.
is something that the world needs, and it shows. And then my nephew, I could not have gotten this launched without him, and
Mm-mm.
he is, did he tell me that his food post got 3,000 likes on the same day that we got 7? Sure. Yeah. He was just trying to keep it real. He was just trying to make sure I didn't get like ahead of myself.
Didn't get a big head or anything
Didn't
like
get
that.
a big head or anything like that. I got to thank Hillary too, because
Oh,
Hillary,
yeah.
she was our crisis friend, and she showed up and like got us into
Yeah.
our socials and got us our LLC, helped us file our business all of those things we could not have done without Hillary. So a
Not at
shout
all.
out to her. But really the most important thing is that we might not have 3,000 likes. If we ever did, I might pass out. The point
Mm-mm.
is that I know that whether you watch our short and you laugh, or you watch our short and talk trash, either way you're watching our short and you're engaging with us, and that's
Yeah.
what we're here for. So as long as we continue to create that place, I think that we're killing it. What
Well,
about
I
you,
think
Lisa?
I think that's what we thought was important at the beginning of
Yeah.
all of this, is that, downloads and likes and
Yeah.
shares. I mean, are they great? Yeah, but that's not why we were doing it. And I think we lost track of why we were doing this in the first place. So
So thank you to all of the people that helped us get here. We really, really appreciate it.
absolutely. Well, and finally, to everyone out there who's listened, whether you've been here since Gold Star Horrors, you're just hearing us for the first time, or you've been along the ride as we pivoted into High Five Hot Mess. If you've watched every episode, or you just were scrolling and saw us randomly on your feed, thank you.
Mhm.
We're definitely glad that you're watching, glad that you're listening, and we appreciate all of you out there. Every comment, every message, trash comments or not, we appreciate it. It's all about community. It's why we're here, and we're going to
Yeah.
get there, organically and in the right time. So
Yep. One stream at a time, and
Yep.
we really appreciate it, you guys. So before I'm wrapping up, I want to just quickly let you guys know that Lisa and I, in celebration of our 1 year together,
Mhm.
we went back and looked at some of our Gold Star Horror episodes, and we tagged a couple that we felt we wanted to bring into the High Five Hot Mess universe, surely so that we could complete that circle and you guys would be able to see where we started. And the 2 episodes that we chose are very relevant today. They're going to be shown over the next couple weeks, so you guys can see those. Just remember, you guys, to roll your shoulders back, unclench your jaw, which I still always do. Drink
Me
your
too.
water, which I have not
Mhm.
done today,
Me
but I
neither.
will. And then high five somebody. You guys, thanks so, so much. Have a great
Thank
time.
you.
And again, thank you for an amazing year. We look forward to the next one. Bye.
Absolutely. Bye.